Okay, I think we're on. So, hey, what's up? Coke-Town Luffy here. This is my buddy. This is Arcturus Zin.
Just call him the roommate.
Arcturus Zin. So we're getting ready to stream Screwattack's battle, Wolverine versus Raiden. So we're both really big fans of Metal Gear and X-Men. You probably can't see, but I am wearing a Wolverine t-shirt and of course Foxhound. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start. And actually, wow, is it playing? Before we actually go ahead and get started, maybe we kind of talk a little bit about who we think is gonna take this. What do you think?
Okay. Yeah, like we were saying before, I mean, we've had a week to really think about it since I heard about the announcement that Screwattack was doing a Wolverine versus Raiden battle. And I'd have to say, I mean, based on everything that these characters are capable of, and everything that they've done as far as, they have gone through so many stories to really boost their legends and, show that they can take a lot of damage. I really feel that has a lot to do with it. They can dish out a huge amount of damage to anything, take on whole armies by themselves, one-man army, if you will.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to be a really close battle. It's like, Wolverine is known as a ninja killer in the Marvel comics, and a lot of people may or may not know about that.
And then it's kind of just like the thing I worry about, even though like I like both characters and it's kind of crazy seeing them both like fight, is how Raiden will end up taking Wolverine down. I mean, will he just keep chopping him to bits until, he's...
That's technically...
I mean, you have to kill him like Majin Buu or something, where it's just like there's just pieces, or...
If he can get through the skeleton, I feel like that's definitely going to be the
biggest...
That's the X factor for Wolverine, is basically how his skeleton can really hold up to that high-frequency blade that Raiden has. Because in the movie, even the Wolverine movie, they had another director shoot that final scene where he's fighting the Silver Samurai,
unfortunately.
and he cut off his claws. That's the first time anyone's ever seen anything like that happen, because nothing like this happened in the comic books.
But
Raiden, that's basically all he's been capable.
The one thing I just remember from the comic books is when Magneto ripped the adamantium.
Basically
Wolverine.
he broke down a skeleton.
And then he was all feral and stuff.
Oh man, that was crazy.
So anyway, we're gonna just go ahead and watch the rest of the battle. We're gonna go ahead and turn it back to Screwattack. So probably chime in a little bit as we feel that we need to. So let's get it started.
Easily Link versus Cloud.
Link versus Cloud. I don't think there's any more argument. DK Knuckles
Link
got
versus Cloud?
pretty close.
Oh yeah, that's.
I don't know. DK Knuckles didn't have
did.
internal argument. DK Knuckles had a turnaround,
DK
really
Knuckles,
late into production.
DK Knuckles had a lot more back and forth on who would win, but Link versus Cloud. It's seriously.
I don't know.
Link versus Cloud was literally we
about the
spent
DK
hours
versus Knuckles thing.
to
I mean, that was a
one
good
thing,
fight.
and the next
DK
day,
won.
everything that we had figured out was actually wrong.
You know what's bad?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, how
but I mean, they
people
had to
can be
give
like, I can
Knuckles. They
picture
couldn't
exactly
use
where
any
I
other
was, like a
canon other
moment
than
of
just the
trauma.
game.
I can be like, I can picture exactly where I was when we
But they
debated
use,
Link
like,
versus
comic
Cloud for the
book, Archie
15th
comics
time.
and Knuckles
Like,
would
we were
be like
sitting down
above
in the
DBZ
office,
tier, like
and that's
Breathe,
when we got.
That's
Chaos
where
Emeralds and all that
we got
stuff.
for your sake,
What
everyone
is
in
it,
the office.
pre-Genesis
Yes,
wave Knuckles.
All right,
Basically,
this is from @Lord of the Suplex. Who I would never.
Yeah, I like that name.
Yeah, they really need to give Archie.
Here's a question: Who controls the
give
music
Archie a shot at
selection?
writing
Chat
some
or
stuff
the
for you
animators or
guys.
both?
Like seriously,
the Sonic
have
series
fun.
needs it.
The Sonic series could
or if
benefit
it's a Nick Death battle, then Nick.
well.
Yeah, I mean, it really
from
comes
there's
down
so
to the
much,
animator and the
there's so much
editor.
going on with the characters,
But
their
actually,
development, their
sometimes
abilities,
we'll have to
the
get
way
some
they
original
affect
music,
things around in the environment,
made,
and
this
how they just
episode.
drive each other. Like,
We'll talk about that when we come back.
Sonic
Keep
in
an
a
eye
comic
out
book
during the
setting,
fight.
and
for
yeah,
some
he's
original
gonna
music
thrive like a
from the guy
comic
who
book
actually
character
did
should.
the
He's
rap
basically
music
gonna
for
get all the
Joker versus
legendary
Superman. Right now.
upgrades.
Brandon
He's gonna
Yates,
go
thank
through
you.
all the terrible
Awesome.
changes,
Really cool guy.
transitions.
Cool.
This is gonna come out.
All right, we
Like, come on, Sega. Like, you don't think that
have,
Sega fans, Sonic
from
fans kind
George
of deserve
McGinnis,
an upgrade on the
Pandem-
quality.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Pandemonium.
Nowadays,
No,
I mean,
it's
I
actually
can say it,
Panda.
like, Sonic.
It's actually
from my heart,
Panda
nothing
then
against it.
Monium.
I will just
So,
pick up and play and go with it.
Pandemonium.
Sometimes it's like,
Want to
sometimes
know?
I feel like
hey, what
they
are some
kinda
awesome death
keep,
battle ideas you
you
wanted
know,
to do but couldn't?
Oh, they're just asking about
no,
questions and stuff.
I still want to do my joke death battle. I want Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Kool-Aid Man. I'm just saying.
want to do that?
It's a battle of the old
that
man.
would be
Right?
Yeah, basically
You don't
wrestler versus
understand
the
how much we
Kool-Aid
thought
Man.
about this. Like,
Oh, no.
I found out already whether or not it's the liquid that is his essence or the glass. Like, I really, like, Anyway.
Wait, no, it's the,
Didn't we figure
it's the
out a
glass,
winner?
right?
It is the glass because he can interchange his liquid the way he does
Yeah,
with suits.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to know that if
That's
Macho
funny.
Man drank him,
Maybe against
Because
another
I seen him break and he was still alive.
mascot. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know, right? It'd be a good death battle. Just say it. I want to do it.
It does sound pretty
Nobody
funny.
wants
Randy
to.
Savage is just
Ken,
funny.
you
You know what
ask
I
these
mean?
questions.
He's a funny, like,
Oh, that's so
funny
cool.
old
Oh, we
wrestler
gotta make the
now.
liquid though.
Long gone now.
All right.
So
that's
that's
the
still.
Sure, we'll talk about that.
Simulation.
Okay, Matt Norton.
You saw the video, right?
Full
Where they
Metal
just
Naru wants
the
to know,
video.
you guys ever
Somebody
used
took a
classic
video of
all-time
Randy
characters like
Savage,
King Kong,
and
Frankenstein,
he's not saying
Wolverine,
anything really,
Dracula,
probably until like
characters
this
like
last
that. You know,
second. But
classic
Oh, like,
they take
monsters.
this one video of
I mean,
him,
we talked
like he's
about
just
doing
like talking to
like
somebody. You know how the
horror
wrestlers
movie?
always do like their
We're
things,
always
like their
open to branching
promos,
out.
or
Ben
like
has this
talking
really
smack,
crazy
whatever.
idea that
Somebody
I
took
won't
Randy
say,
Savage's
but
promo,
he
and
really
apparently
wants to
he's
do something
inhaling so
totally
many
does.
times in this video. All you have is just like a clip of him
We've
just
been back and forth
inhaling.
on,
Like,
like alliteration too.
I
because
would.
then
It
it's
would
like-
have to be a newer version. Like I would love to do something with Dracula, but it would have to be like a newer incarnation of him. Like,
What?
Like maybe something from Lords of Shadow.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I need a Dracula that can do like a lot of flips, like super flashy.
It
I
needs
just
to
don't
do
need him
backflips.
sneaking up on
Three-point
bitches.
landings
We need
are
backflips.
his 3-point landings are that he just he can stand up and just 3-point land.
Just like 5 flips, lands, goes up his and then turns into a bat.
This is a requirement for Torian.
And he,
He
like,
will not
flips.
animate a character if it cannot do a 3-point landing.
he turns into a dragon. Anyway, he turns into a dragon for like no reason. Like you don't even need to do it.
All right.
Maybe, but you might see something like that, especially if like we actually are like ahead of time and like really plan
Actually.
stuff out and be like, oh, it's Halloween, and not like, oh, you know what? That was the episode that went up on Halloween. We didn't even think about it.
All
Like,
right, I got one more question before we have the world debut of Wolverine versus Raiden. All right, this one, this is a really good question. This is from Silly Barra. How much effort do you guys put into simply finding out if two combatants are even in the same league in terms of power? Because this, I think this came into play.
Well, that's like the first thing we do.
But how much effort?
Early
like,
research.
Yeah, like that plays a big role. And we got about 30 seconds to make.
Honestly, it
this
doesn't take that long to find out if somebody's in the same league as somebody else. That's usually the easiest thing, because normally it goes like, we have a suggestion. Is it even close to viable? Like,
Yeah, I mean the easiest thing we do is we look up quick videos online of like what's their greatest feat. You know, look at
Yeah.
Isn't it
respect
more
thread real
so-
quick, see how they compare. Oh, maybe they
Isn't it
compare.
more so if either one will even have a chance of possibly killing the other?
No, well,
More
the first thing we do
so-
is see if they're on the league, like if they could actually compete, and then we go it's the in-depth research, and we've been surprised on a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we're like, oh, it's totally gonna be this person. They can at
Rainbow
least
Dash.
compete, and then you get into it, and you're like, oh my God, never mind. Here's the thing.
And
So-
again, it's impossible to set a standard way of figuring these kinds of things out for each matchup because there are so many different characters we can pull from. All of them are so different. The matchup that we choose could be completely different from one that we choose the next time. So it really all comes down to the characters themselves and what we need to do to establish that.
All right. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready. I want everybody in the hashtag #DeathBattleLive and everybody in the chat to do this along with me.
All right. Well, here's the thing.
Yep.
We're gonna get this thing going.
Okay, they're about to
Hashtag
start.
DeathBattleLive. I want to get your responses. I want to get your real-time response, not only in the Twitter, but also I want to be reading them
All right,
off
I'm
after.
serious.
I would do, like, the
And your
Twitter
feedback
thing, but I'm,
on
like,
what you guys saw.
not
Let's
gonna
go.
Oh,
mess
it's a
up my
Boomstick
OCS.
t-shirt. What
Chad,
can I
I know
say?
you're
Okay,
ready.
okay. Okay.
Ready to do this?
By default,
Boomstick,
right,
are you around? Boomstick,
Right,
you
I'll see
sit
this.
there.
I have no idea what's about to happen.
No
Actually,
cheap
I'm gonna stop it.
stuff.
death battle!
Actually, I'm gonna just let it go.
No cheap stuff. No cheap
Roll
stuff.
it, Brian!
Enjoy.
No cheap
goes.
stuff, guys. The industry.
Okay, here we go. About to start. Oh wow, the thing is the shadow. It's back.
Right.
Long-range weaponry are effective tools of destruction, but there's just something
let
special
me see if I
about
can make
killing
this
up
quality
close and
better.
personal with a blade. Like Wolverine, the vicious
sick.
anti-hero of the X-Men.
And Raiden, the deadly cyborg ninja from Metal Gear.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And
This
it's
is
our job to
crazy.
analyze their weapons,
I
armor,
don't
and
know.
skills
I mean, like,
to
this
find
is
out
just
who
like
would win a death battle.
PlayStation All Stars.
3 scratches.
History
3
lesson
claws.
time.
This is the mark of the Wolverine.
But before he was the poster boy of the X-Men,
Jeez,
he was born
174
James
years
Howlett
old.
in 1886.
And he was the wimpiest kid ever. He was
130
tiny and
Yeah,
pathetic
I
and
heard
sick
it.
all the time,
I
but
heard it.
little James wasn't stuck in bed for too long.
Sometimes it's like,
As he grew up, James started to develop mutant powers, which gave him animal senses and rapid healing. But when the family groundskeeper Thomas Logan murdered his father,
Not Wolverine.
James learned he had a more lethal power hidden within.
Retractable bone claws? Old Thomas never knew what hit him, or more specifically, what stabbed him to death.
But Thomas used his dying breath for the oh-so-original plot twist. I'm your father.
Going from 2 dads to 0 in a matter of seconds. Anyway, James took on the name Logan to poorly hide his identity and ran away from home with his childhood friend Rose. But then he accidentally stabbed her to death too. Damn, those things seem really inconvenient, like a murder erection. Always popping up when you least expect it.
You should probably see a doctor. With his healing ability slowing his aging, Logan has lived over 100 years. He fought in both World Wars and Vietnam before joining a special weapons project called Weapon
Everything
X.
else, they could have just took
This
that
is
whole
where
thing,
he
just
took
put
the
it
name,
in,
the
in
Wolverine.
the Wolverine 2014. X-Men Origins.
But like almost every other secret project ever, it was actually yet another horrifying super soldier project. Whilst there, Wolverine
They should
enjoyed
just call
such
it
treatments
Hugh
as
Jackman
being
loves
cut open
Wolverine.
repeatedly,
That's what that
having his
movie-
DNA
that's what that
harvested,
movie was.
and getting his skeleton a pimped out chrome job.
Against Logan's will, a scientist named Dr. Cornelius infused his bones with adamantium, a rare
Not that he's a
man-made
bad
metal
Wolverine,
alloy.
but I mean-
Adamantium is extremely dense
At
and
this point,
stable on a molecular level,
I'm
making it
looking for it
reportedly
after-
indestructible.
after
Even
Infinity
Thor
War.
has a hard time
I
breaking
didn't
it.
notice that.
And Dr. Scientist also
Okay,
hypnotized
okay,
Wolverine
yeah.
to erase
Yeah.
his memories and turn him into an animalistic killing machine. The result? Well, Wolverine went crazy and slaughtered everyone at Weapon X. So I guess you could say the experiment turned out to be a complete success. Good job, everybody.
What is wrong with that?
After wandering the wilderness and tangling with the Hulk, Wolverine was eventually discovered by the X-Men, who molded him into a real hero. Logan had finally found a place to call home, and a family he did not stab to death.
Old Wolvie's got more mutant powers than Kim Kardashian has butt injections. He has keen animal-like senses and expert tracking skills, can move faster than the eye can see, and can lift up to 2 tons. His adamantium claws can cut through almost anything, and conveniently he never has to sharpen them.
Oh, that guy-
He's
what is
immune
that
to
guy's
disease,
name?
can
Gladiator.
resist mind control, and can fight for days without tiring. Oh, and for some reason he can sense animals' feelings and talk to them, like some sort of bear whisperer.
He's equal in hand-to-hand combat with Captain America, and was skilled enough to
I love
tag
that theme.
Speed Demon, who runs faster than the speed of sound.
Despite all of this, his greatest attribute is his sheer durability. He's like Super Rocky.
Wolverine has survived hits from Thor and the Hulkbuster, battled with Satan himself, and was once blown up with nothing
Yeah.
left but his adamantium skeleton.
Think that stopped him? Hell no! He got back up and beat the ever-living shit out of the emo Bomberman who blew him up in the first place.
That's some Civil
Jesus
War.
Christ! Can anything stop this guy?
Well,
Nitro did
technically
that.
he has
Oh,
died
yeah,
a
that's
few
sad.
times.
Oh.
He even used to have a deal with the Angel
that's
of
definitely
Death to
Wolverine
be
when he
resurrected
focused
should
on
his healing
adamantium.
factor ever be overtaxed. But eventually he gave it up in exchange for his soul. Yeah, this actually happened. However, according to Professor Xavier, leader of the X-Men, Wolverine's healing factor stems from his brain. Ah? Get it? Stem? Like brainstem?
Oh.
Wiz, I'm the funny one. Just stick to being boring.
Aw.
I missed that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
this means Wolverine can be killed by drowning or destroying his brain. But seeing as his brain's protected by a thick adamantium skull, it's probably staying where it is. Still, there's a reason why Logan keeps getting into bad situations like
So by
these.
drowning,
He's a
you
lone
said?
wolf and doesn't like
Oh, I didn't
relying
know
on
that.
others.
And he's got a bit of a temper.
No wonder he actually
made him a convertible.
Piss him off too much, something snaps and Wolverine will enter the Berserker Rage.
In this state, Wolverine loses all self-control and ignores all pain, as he is consumed by the animalistic killer instinct instilled deep within him by Dr. Cornelius all those years ago.
My stars.
Well. Friday time!
Born in Liberia, a young boy named Jack lost his parents and was adopted by George Sears, the future president of the United States.
Which sounds like a pretty good upside considering, except Sears was actually solid as Snake, a traitor who manipulated world leaders to profit from the war economy. Oh, and the fact that he killed Jack's parents. I'm your dad now.
Being the perfect parent he is, Solidus enlisted Jack in the Liberian Civil War, where he became captain of his own commando unit in the Army of the Devil.
It's an army
It's
of...
not an actual army of devils.
Oh, damn it.
A natural harbinger of death, Jack's high kill count earned him the nickname Jack the Ripper. He accomplished all of this, and he was only 10 years old.
Oh my god, could you imagine this kid during puberty? If it ever even hits. I mean, even 10 years later, he still looks like he's waiting for the old stones to drop.
Well, they had to sometime. After being abandoned by Solidus, Jack fell for a girl named Rose and eventually got her pregnant.
Jack was tormented by his past life and sought to right his wrongs by joining a special task force. With them, he teamed up with the legendary Solid Snake to take down some bad guys, destroy giant robots, go streaking, and even kill dear old foster dad. All under his awesome new code name, Raiden.
Except all along, he was actually being controlled by the Patriots, a secret organization manipulating the U.S. from behind the scenes and bent on dominating the world.
Yeah, okay, hang on to your butts, because this is where things start getting out of hand. See, his girlfriend Rose was actually a Patriot spy and was manipulating his life the entire time they were together. Women, right? But she was all like, my bad, I love you. And he was like, it's gay, let me put my dick in you. And then they had a kid.
Well, first she actually said she had a miscarriage and married another man to trick Raiden, but it was really to trick the Patriots.
Please, the story is confusing enough without bringing that into this. Eventually, they got back together and had a kid. Can we please go back to talking about killing people now?
Sure. One day he was captured by the Patriots and used as a test subject for exoskeletal enhancement surgery, transforming him into a superhuman cyborg ninja.
That's what I'm talking about!
So excellent.
As a cyborg, Raiden went from a force to be reckoned with to a nigh unstoppable killing machine. He is fast enough to outrun bullet trains and even run on walls.
And he can do shit like this.
That too.
You too,
This is crazy.
immortal.
No. I just don't fear death.
Every time I watch this, I can't watch this.
Right, you see the guy?
Yeah.
That's not even the half of it.
Vamp is a
Raiden
freak,
is
man. He's
strong
so
enough
weird.
to lift and throw a Metal Gear Ray. While a Ray's exact weight is unknown when compared to a Metal Gear Rex, which weighs 557 tons, we can estimate its weight to be over 1,000 tons.
And that wasn't even his final form!
Right, Raiden eventually got a newer, better cyborg body, which was even more powerful.
Strong enough to flip this
That's the
giant
last
thing,
level.
rip off its building-sized sword, and then fight a duel with it.
Yeah,
And
that's-
finish
that's
it
the
off
end
at
of-
blinding
that's at the end
speed.
of
I
the
mean,
last
what in the
level.
actual hell?
I gotta
When
finish
he's
this
not
game.
wielding
Yeah, I just watched
building-sized
the playthrough and
blades,
it's
Raiden
crazy.
wields a high-frequency blade called the Murasama. Originally forged in the 16th century, the Murasama was re-outfitted with high-frequency technology. By creating a powerful current through the blade that vibrates at intense speeds, it weakens its target's molecular bonds,
so ridiculous.
forcibly slicing through almost anything.
And if that's not deadly enough for you, Raiden can activate a super mode called Zendatsu. This causes Raiden's perception of time to slow anywhere from 50 to
know. I think they
90%,
should have had
giving
him
him
fight
plenty of
Strider.
time to chop through his
Yeah, I
foes
think
as
he should
precisely
fight
or as
another-
I
rapidly
think
as
he,
he'd like.
I don't think
He
I don't
can
know
take
if
this a
I
step
was
further
gonna
by
say enough with that,
deactivating
just
his
with
pain
the tools,
inhibitors.
you know?
Allowing
But
intense
the thing
agony
about
from
how he
wounds
boosted
to
his
envelop his
special
senses causes him
is
to
magic.
lose himself in
Everything
his
about it
old
is not
Jack the Ripper
technological.
personality.
Yeah, he's
This
based
Ripper
cyborg.
mode radically boosts his
He's-
already insane speed and strength.
He's hot dragons. He's like fighting not to be targeted, not to kind of express anything based on numbers. Very irrational.
Next.
Like
But it comes at a
God
price.
War.
You know, aside from the whole pain and insanity thing. These enhanced modes rely on a fuel supply, and using them
Because
burns
everything else
through
he's
it at a
doing is
rapid pace.
Not
Raiden can only
was
carry
like
enough
the first
fuel
one.
to sustain
that
these
was
modes
sad.
for a
That was
very
sad.
limited
That
time,
was the scene we
and
thought
relies
Raiden
on
was
absorbing
dead.
more fuel cell electrolytes from enemy cyborgs.
That was
Plus,
a
his
watch.
blood
First time
is
around.
not natural and must be changed regularly, like the oil in a car.
But
I was like, it
still,
runs out. Okay.
I am lightning. The rain transformed.
All right,
let's
the
do
combatants
it.
are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
I bought that game. I gotta play it.
Oh yeah.
All right, here it goes. It looks like the city in Devil May Cry 4.
Yeah.
No, this is Devil May Cry 4.
Yeah.
It looks like the same city. Like they took the models from it or something. There's like all these like little demons running around over there.
Serial killer.
Who the hell are you? Get out of my way.
I don't care for his voice.
That chance, bub.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would say that.
Next.
Yeah. Like Raiden wouldn't be that direct, but
What?
Uh-oh. Oh! So they're
What
giving
are
the
you?
adamantium.
Gotta admit, that hurt. Nice trick, Voltron. I'm actually more human than you. And that's saying something. Let's dance.
It's gonna be a problem for Raiden.
Yeah.
Resilience.
No use hiding, bub.
He'd be able to smell him, right? Well, I mean, I guess if he's bleeding all over the place, he gets
You're done.
Where are you gonna fight? I don't know. I think I'm still gonna call Raiden.
It's the resilience factor, like Wolverine.
What?
Even at this point, because you still have to play the game to see just how vulnerable Raiden even is.
Yeah.
The last boss, you gotta prove out his weakness.
I'm still thinking Raiden. This is not.
I will end you. Are you some kind of cyborg?
I mean, I guess if he keeps
Well,
getting up like that.
my bones are covered in the strongest metal around. Does that count? I'll just have to swing harder then.
Definitely DMC4.
Hey, adamantium. Oh, ouch. All right, Terminator. Now you've got me mad.
Yeah, it's not Super Saiyan, guys. It seems like he would just got up and just start running at him.
Yeah.
Shit. Not again.
Not again.
Good night, RoboCop. Pain. This is why I fight. It's time for Jack the Ripper to let her rip.
Take out his limbs if you want to beat him. Woo!
Seriously?
Oh! I knew it!
Oh my god!
Because of Wolverine's adamantium skeleton and stubborn healing factor, he was able to hang in
He
there
was just
despite
keep getting
Raiden's
up. He
clearly
probably
superior speed and
underestimated
strength.
him.
He could have even kept it up until Raiden ran out of fuel. If it weren't
The
for
high
one
frequency
important
blade cuts
question.
adamantium.
Could the high frequency blade cut adamantium?
To answer this, we dug deep into Marvel Comics history and found Misty Knight, a lesser-known Marvel heroine with a bionic arm made of Antarctic vibranium. This anti-metal emanates vibrations which weaken its target's molecular bonds, exactly like Raiden's high-frequency blade. Like the Murasama, this can destabilize and break any metal, including adamantium.
And while in Jack the Ripper mode, Raiden can strike with enough force to cut through buildings and machines built to survive nuclear wars.
With that much strength behind a sword like
Yeah,
that,
just that 1,000
plus Raiden's
ton
speed and
feat?
technology
Like, holy
advantage,
cow.
Wolverine's supposedly indestructible skeleton met its match.
Any way you slice it, Raiden just had the right gear for the job.
The winner
Yeah.
is Raiden.
I'm
So, yeah,
feeling
they
like
pulled that
him versus
factor.
Strider would be a better fight.
Next time
But-
on Death Battle.
Even Strider, I don't even know. Raiden probably might take that. Is this Hercule? No. Are they going Hercule in the death battle? Or maybe Imagine too. Where's this going?
That's just sad.
It sure is. Somebody could have used that bus.
What, Chichi?
Hey, I'm Chad. I play Boomstick.
Interesting.
Ben, I play Wiz.
And
So let's
Raiden
talk
is
about
helping
that.
thrust-
Well, yeah, it kind of came down to like I was saying. Basically, high frequency blade would be the factor.
Yeah,
actually gonna
like
do that.
I mean, like I saw that the feat with him. What was it? He was like picking up a boat. He freaking tossed the Rex. I mean, it was just kind of like what?
Yeah, he's
So-
really strong.
Yeah, that's
His basically the exoskeleton can take a lot of damage. It always could. The exoskeleton since Metal Gear Solid 1, Gray Fox used it, and it was
actually
a lot of pressure
let me,
because Gray
hold
Fox.
on. I'm gonna turn it back on. Hold on.
Tell us, let us know. Use that
interesting.
hashtag Death Battle Live. I saw
feelings for Logan
it's
are
so
hurt,
much
but
fun
it was
watching
interesting. I was
this
gonna
happen
do
as
this,
we
like,
go along here because we get the real time reaction from
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
That's
no,
cool,
yeah,
that's
no,
good.
no,
That's
yes,
very
one,
good.
sweet, bullshit, one, yeah. Like, I mean, it's just like
The
reaction.
comments.
Pretty awesome. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It was amazing to watch
Some
these guys
people
work
feel
on
like
it for
he's
sure.
too fast.
huge, huge,
Well, no, I
huge
already
thank
knew
you
the
to
speed
Torian
advantage
for that
was definitely
animation.
gonna go
He's a
right. He's
monster.
definitely
Yes,
faster
an
than
absolute
Wolverine.
beast for sure. It's awesome.
How many days did you actually go home while you were working on this?
Oh, well, we worked up all the way to.
It was
None.
good.
I went
It
home.
was good.
I went home never.
None,
I went
none
on
at
never.
all.
But it's
in the office like all the time. It's crazy the amount of hard work. Like, I have had talks with Torian where I've been like, dude,
You gotta go, man.
stop. Like, go home. Like,
This is
hey,
truth. This has actually happened.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, look, the fight is already awesome. And he's like, no, but I want to do this thing. And like, can you just go home? He's like, look, no matter what you do, I'm still gonna come in here because even if we cut something out of the fight,
That hair,
then you just
though,
give me
man.
more time to make something else even cooler. So I'm gonna keep coming in and
trying
keep
to
doing
figure-
this.
I'm
It's,
trying to
it's
figure it out.
absolutely
What color
insane.
is it
So
really?
Huge,
It's
huge,
like
huge
gray,
round of
little
applause for
brown.
Torian.
Yay.
Again, that's at Animated Tori on
Yeah,
Twitter.
like Ash.
And you guys can
Sorry,
follow
at
him on
Sean
what's up.
Bowen.
The guy is a complete monster.
Just so you know, Sean Bowen tweeted at me. He goes, "Damn it, Animated Tori got like 150 subs."
He should. He deserves them all.
Yeah, he
all
was
right.
great. He was really good.
You saw the next fighter, which is one of the
Hercule
next one.
Satan.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the
right.
champ.
All right. So Hercule Satan, who's he gonna fight against?
Well-
That's the question.
We will shamelessly drive you to our social media. No, actually, yeah. Head over
Go
to
ahead.
@Screwattack on Twitter and follow us there, or head over to our Facebook page, Official Essay. So that's facebook.com/official.
Didn't they have Hercule fight Dan?
essay.
Yeah, that
follow
and
us
a
there,
1-minute
here
melee.
before the
Yeah.
next preview goes up.
I
you
think
guys will
Hercule
have the
won.
reveal
Yeah,
there.
dude.
We're gonna do something fun with it. So
Yep, it's gonna be good. So
Yep.
we always reward our social media followers.
definitely.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to original
what
question we
feats
had at the
Hercule
very, very
actually
beginning.
has, though,
we
you
had
know,
we
like-
know Wolverine because he's highly
I
requested.
think he's just a
but
martial
why
artist.
Wolverine?
He's like realistic.
And why
And
Raiden? After now that we've seen the fight.
He's a joke
Raiden
character
kind
in
of stood
Dragon Ball
out just
Z.
because
Yeah, he's
on a physical
such a joke
level,
character.
he is leagues above Wolverine. So just on paper, it's interesting, like kind of comparing him with Wolverine. Wolverine would be able to take a beating,
But that's what
from
he
him.
does.
But that's what he does.
He beats people, outclass him in speed and strength because he has the durability to outlast.
Right, but Raiden is so strong and fast.
Just
Like, will
imagine
Wolverine
Wolverine
even
just
be able
by
to
the
hit
smart
him?
fight,
No, these
that's
are the
all.
questions that were going through our heads
When it
while
came
we were
down to
talking about this
experience.
matchup.
Well, I mean, I guess
And the
it's
more
a-
questions
it's a
we
death
can get
battle,
with the
so-
death
They
battle matchup, the
overlooked
better it
Wolverine's
usually
experience over
becomes.
Raiden. That's
Especially
one
when
thing.
it came down to the ultimate
It's like
question, which we
fighting-
addressed
it's like
in
fighting Solid Snake with
the episode.
superpowers, you know what I mean?
Could the high
He's got
frequency
such a high
blade
IQ.
And I guess
cut
the other thing
through
about, like-
adamantium?
And it's funny because this is something we went back and forth on with Torian because
Yeah, I
like
constantly-
Torian's like, Raiden's got this. He's got it. He can beat Wolverine, and we're like, prove it. Like, I mean, that's what we do. Like you said, when we do death battles, we always will take opposite sides. So right now, the strongest argument was Torian being like, oh, you know what? Raiden he can cut right through it. He's so precise. He has so much power. He'll be able to cut in between the adamantium skeleton, right?
Always think
Now that's a
about
big
the one
hot
thing
topic
when
because
they
we know
showed
Ultimate Wolverine doesn't have that,
Little
but
Gear in his
Hulk
head
could rip
with
him
Main
apart.
Wolverine doesn't, yeah.
The one
Oh,
Raiden
yeah.
made
He's
the comment about maybe he has adamantium chains. So really, that's what it's like.
That's why we found the whole chain thing to begin with. Was we were like, could he cut between the bones? No, actually,
Here's another thing, too.
maybe
I mean,
kind of couldn't.
what's
It
the deal?
depends if he
If
can
that's
cut
the
through
case-
between the bones.
adamantium.
And then
I mean, there's
huge
another
credit.
thing, right? He
If
couldn't exactly
you want to
cut
do a
through
shout
that.
Yeah,
out?
huge
This
credit
last,
to our
this last
volunteer
boss,
research team.
yeah,
For
some
those of you
kind
who
of
don't know,
nanomachines in his
we
body,
have a couple
which couldn't allow
G1s
Raiden to cut
who
through him. Raiden was getting
years
his
ago
butt
when
kicked
Death
by a
Battle was still
senator who was
kind
just
of young
like,
compared to what it is today,
roided
they
out
started
on
doing these
nanomachines.
prediction
Every time Raiden tried to
blogs
make an
anytime
impact,
we
the
would announce a
nanomachines
new
would
death
go to this
battle.
dude's portion
And
of his
they
body where he
went
was attacking
so
him,
in depth with
and
the
would-
research.
would, the molecular density would be so strong,
yes, for-
he couldn't pierce
sorry,
him. He couldn't punch him.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah.
basically costing Raiden the fight.
Anyway.
Oh, wow.
Basically everything we do, he's basically getting
So,
screwed by
research,
senators.
anyway,
Senators,
don't worry.
Yes.
Trying to
Yeah.
distract
Good
us.
Senators just
Uh,
have so much
uh,
money, he's such a
the
political,
research,
you
so
know.
they
I gotta
so
play it, don't
researching
spoil
so much.
it.
Well, I mean, that's
I
just,
reached
I mean,
out to
that's how it
them,
is. It's like dudes like punch him. It's just
basically
like,
asked them if they
it's
wanted
like,
to
really?
join us as kind of a volunteer
He's
research
getting his ass whooped.
team
They're
alongside.
already doing the research. Like, hey, you want to help
Seriously.
us out? We would still decide the winners, but a big part of death battle takes a lot of
It
time
was
is
weird watching him
aggregating.
fight somebody.
Aggregating.
It's like that after all the
Oh,
stuff
crap.
you see.
So
he's
much
popular
information
with
to
the
gather.
villain.
The thing that I
Really?
always go
But I
back
mean, I guess they'd have to
people
write
say,
something.
we go
and
wrong.
give them some.
Is I always go, when was the last time
Yeah,
you did four
yeah, like I said, it
episodes?
really comes down to whoever's the
Well-
first,
And they're like,
basically the
well,
person to get the
I
main
saw
blow
6
off, you know?
episodes of the show once.
Special shout out to these guys for this episode, though, because we were digging and digging for any. Basically, this episode came down to a research paper, a research argument of could the high frequency blade cut through adamantium?
Because we knew
And
he
it was-
outclassed him in speed and
Yeah,
strength.
and it was, and if he couldn't cut through adamantium, well,
Then he
eventually
won.
Wolverine would get a lucky hit. That
He'd
was
run-
the idea.
Raiden
Right,
will
or
run
he'd
out
run out
of
of
Raiden will run
battery.
out of
That was
fuel.
the idea. Yeah, that was the idea. So I went into this thinking I got to find some proof of whether or not he could do this.
Otherwise, no. Yeah, 'cause-
Otherwise, yeah. And
There's
it was
another
so
thing,
difficult
too,
because
though.
Marvel
I mean,
has been
the
around
blade that,
forever.
Raiden was using
But
could've
these
actually
guys,
tricked a lot faster because,
special shout out to Ultra
there's
Guy
some
who
kind of
found
cursed
this
blade
very
that's in the
specific
Marvel
thing with
universe.
Misty
The
Knights,
Murasame is
the girl
actually
with the
a-
bionic arm.
a cursed-
These
it's a
guys
cursed,
found it. They
samurai
found
sword
the
that was used to
Antarctic
actually kill
vibranium, which is the
Sabretooth
exact same
and,
thing
also
as
Grandson
the high
Doc,
frequency
you got the
blade,
exact same ability.
and it affects
And that it
the
vibrates
adamantium.
at such a high
Younger,
frequency
so
that it
he's
disturbs
still
the molecules in
Kinda,
metal.
Yeah.
he's kind of he's
And
the
changes
changes
its properties. So,
Okay.
it was great
So
too.
this
Like
sword
that
that
shot
uses,
though,
like,
that
one of the
frame,
things that could
it
kinda
was
kill
literally
two
it's so
men. It's
perfect
basically
because
a
it
magic
just is
sword,
like
but at
it
the
can
same
do it to
time,
any
that's the
metal,
same blade that,
even
that Raiden got for his
adamantium. We're like,
other,
where did this is
cyborg,
perfect?
mercenary.
Exactly. That turned the whole
So
time because the whole
basically
time
using
that
the
Torian's
very
like, I
blade
swear
that
Raiden's
should
gonna
be
win. We're
killed.
like, no, he's gonna
Take
lose.
strikes.
Well,
Like,
I was,
and then
I was worried. Like I was like, okay,
Or something like that.
just
I see.
strictly from
That
an
would've been that.
anime
Yeah.
That would've killed
standpoint,
him.
I'm like, okay,
Perfect, I guess,
because
you know.
even if we kind of got like really like detail with having to split between his vertebrae and all this other crap, I'm like, I would come to Ben like every other day, like, are you sure? Like he can do this? Like, can Raiden do this? Like, will he be able to do this? And then one day
Why
they
do you
bust in
have
the
to-
office and was like, hey,
Why do you have to
yes, he
just
can.
debate about it? Just no debate. Just play the game and you'll
So,
see what
okay,
you can do.
we've established why and how it all kind of the fight came
got
to fruition.
audio,
But actually,
It
real quick,
froze.
while we're talking about other
Our
people,
audio
though, I do
froze?
want to do a quick shout out
No,
to
we
our
got
voice
audio, but
actors,
it just
also
froze.
Marissa for finding them.
The picture.
The guy we got to do Wolverine, that's Xander Mobus. That's the guy who does the
Is the announcer in Smash
He's
Bros.
the announcer in the new Smash
Oh,
Bros.
Xander,
And
yeah.
he does a
He's the
perfect
announcer for
90s
Smash
Wolverine.
Bros.
And the second I heard that, I was like, he's got to be our Wolverine.
Yeah,
chance,
you
bud.
just don't have the auto.
Oh, you're right there
There's
too.
another
Forrest.
announcer.
Yeah. Great, buddy.
Tim
My
Page.
favorite line
No,
is.
he's the one.
I've been
he's the
listening
one
to
who
these
selected
lines for
him.
like the past
That
month.
guy
or so.
freaks
And then
That's
Tim
him.
Page
Yeah, he's
came in
yeah,
as
he's
a
crazy.
Raiden. And he did a fantastic job playing that like psychotic Raiden kind of character.
So I'm
awesome
gonna go ahead
job
and
to
stop
those
it.
guys. And of course,
because there's not much else going on. But yeah, it was a pretty good fight. If
interesting.
anything, yeah, I mean it was pretty awesome. So that's all we pretty much have to say. You have anything else to chime in on?
No, I got nothing to add, and I can't wait for the next Raiden game to come out. I mean,
yeah, I'm ready to play Raiden. I need to go back through that game.
Yeah.
In fact, it's all Metal Gear week right now.
Yeah,
so
this is definitely a good
I
good
got
week
some
to be a
homework
Metal
to
Gear
do,
fan.
right?
And I'm just like, huh?
I said I got homework to do.
Oh yeah, I got Metal Gear 5 to do.
yeah, we should actually go play that right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kokatan Luffy,
All right.
Arcturus,
Thank you.
signing out.
It's been
Peace.
fun.